everybody. So today I'm giving you my review of the Christian film War Room. This was a surprise hit last week, coming in number 2 at the box office, which is really cool. I'm a believer that it is very good for different audiences to be getting audience-specific films. I think it's great when a movie like Inside Out, say, has appeal to a wide range of audiences, adults, kids, everything else. But I also see the need and appeal for very audience-specific films. I think it's okay if you make a movie that's just for toddlers or just for Mormons or just for gay people or just for whatever the audience is. That's okay to me. I don't have any problem with that. And I don't feel like every movie should have to be everything to everyone. So good on them. They did well. It's only $3 million budget, $11 million taken on opening weekend. So that's great, I think. So what about the movie? Is it a good movie? It's directed by the Kendrick brothers, who directed Courageous and Fireproof. I'll start with the things that I thought they did really well in this film. I thought that it was nice to see an African-American couple as the lead and focus of the story. They tend to be a little bit marginalized in these Christian films. One of my problems with Do You Believe from February was that I felt like the hoodlum African-American characters were really pretty cringe-inducing. I did think that the lead actress, Patricia Shearer, was very good in her scenes. I thought she was vulnerable and relatable, and I enjoyed her. I thought that the rest of the acting needed a little bit of work. T.C. Stallings as her husband, Tony, I thought he was okay, but nothing great. And I thought the child actors were not good, particularly not good. And then Karen Abercrombie plays Miss Clara, and I thought she was a caricature. I thought she was a cliche of a sweet old Southern black woman. Other things that I did like in the film, I liked that they didn't have any atheist shaming, which a lot of these films can have. I thought that was good. I also thought it was good that they kept it pretty small for the most part. I mean, this isn't like in Do You Believe with the giant car crash at the end, and that they tend to have these huge events kind of happen. And I liked that this was basically about one couple and their marriage and using faith to strengthen that on an everyday basis. That was really good. I also really liked that I liked the concept of the war room. Like, it definitely inspired me, and I feel like that's something that I'm going to consider doing, and I'm going to consider applying that in my life and how I can find those quiet spaces. I think that was really neat. So all of those things I thought were good. Now, there's definitely a lot of problems with this movie. I thought that the ending was way over the top. Like I said, in keeping it small, it had been doing a good job. And then in the end, they just turn it into a giant ministry worldwide thing. So that was a mistake, I felt like. And I felt, like I said, some of the acting was really poor, and I thought some of the writing wasn't very good. They definitely need to up their game there. It was way too long. It could have definitely been 20 minutes, 30 minutes shorter. I'm not kidding. And just some of the dialogue seemed like out of sort of a Sunday school video. And there is absolutely no attempt in this film to appeal to non-members or people that aren't believing at all. This is just a movie for a specific audience who will be inspired to improve their life in a certain way or to think about their faith in a certain way. And I think that that has value, and I'm okay with that. But for me, a movie like Freetown was much better. That was just a really good story that happened to be about people of faith. And particularly, maybe I liked it a little bit more because it shared my Mormon faith, but I don't really think so. I mean, I think it was about a man who is practical and yet faithful. And that's something you hardly ever see in these films. And the thing that I didn't like about this film in certain ways is I felt like really, especially with certain ways they used music and certain things, that they turned believing in Jesus into a superpower. And, you know, that you could ward off muggers who have a knife, There's a really weird section where the Tony character has this weird dream that was very strange. They're comparing it to like world wars. Like having faith and prayer is like a superpower. And I'm not saying it's not powerful. It totally is. And I believe in it very strongly. But I also think it's maybe a little unrealistic to be able to say anytime I get mugged with a guy with a knife, I'm just going to say, stand back in the name of Jesus. I wouldn't recommend that course of action. So I think in a way that bothered me a little bit. But I did take some things out of it. I did like one of the performances. I did think that it was a step in the right direction for these films. Like I said, no atheist shaming. I felt like it, for most of the movie, it kept small to just one couple, and I liked that. So there were some good things about it, but, you know, it's definitely not for everyone, and it's definitely too long, and there's definitely big problems in it. But especially if you're married and you're Christian, and you're looking for something to improve your marriage and help you to give some new ideas and inspire you a little bit, I could think of worse things to see. So there's my thoughts on War Room. Let me know what you think if you get to see it. And I hope you're having a great day. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye.